I am not cool. I've got to get a different keyboard for you here.
Oh no, your keyboard's fine, man. Anyway, I'm Pat.
Hey, I'm Jeffrey.
We were talking about barbecuing wasps. So
Well, we were talking. You were the one doing it.
I was.
Yeah.
So inadvertently, I murdered a whole colony of them with my grill.
And you just
I murdered the young ones too, man. The wasplings. So that was what was probably in there,
Sorry.
man. Yeah, don't build your fucking nest in my barbecue.
Exactly, yeah.
So, yeah. So...
This is the problem, man. It's if you decide to... if you build a home in somebody's oven, right, you cannot get mad when they turn it on.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
It's why Allstate doesn't, like, insure certain areas of the country anymore for, like, there's flooding. Yeah.
Dude, my mom got a notice about that this week. And so, yeah, and her whole fucking townhome complex, they got to raise their HOA dues by like $60 a month. Wow. Which is insane, man, because I think she only pays like maybe $150. So, but it's just so that they can insure all the roofs. So
for a hail?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah. They said we're going to drop your policy unless, you cough it up, dude. So,
God damn.
I know, man. See, that's one thing that I do. So, like, my HOA is not like that, man. They don't do any external maintenance. So, but I lived in a townhome complex once before where they took care of all the external maintenance on your place.
Right.
Oh, and so, yeah, you'd be a bitch to insure if you got, like, her place has probably got about 40, 50 units in it, man. And so that'd be millions of dollars.
Oh shit!
So
yeah,
to
right.
replace all those roofs. So,
well, I mean, what do you say? It's a legit concern, but I don't. Problem is, man, I don't really know how to handle that. Obviously, you know where I stand as far as HOAs in general and stuff like that, but
yeah,
I don't know. That seems. I don't know what to do about that.
Well, if you don't like it, you don't buy in a place like that, man. Because if you have a shared roof with other people,
that
you're kind of in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So, in her particular case, that makes sense. In any kind of shared domicile, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, as far as any other circumstance, I cannot see. I feel like the HOA really oversteps its bounds. I think there's going to be some kind of, Brown versus Board of Education lawsuit that eventually makes it to...
They had one here. I don't know. I think it had to do with xeriscaping, though.
You told me about that. Yeah.
Because, like, there was a state law that kicked in that Polis signed last fall that was like, okay, some of these HOAs, especially in, like, high-dollar neighborhoods, are getting a little out of fucking hand. So you got a guy who's got an 1.5 acre lot, and he's like, oh, it's got to be 90% grass. It's like, well, the utility board says everybody needs to turn off their water.
Right. So we're ticketing the people down there.
Yeah, exactly.
They're narking on each other and ticketing each other down here, but you guys seem to think this is okay, huh?
Yeah. So anyway, they put the kibosh on that. But I mean, like some HOAs, so like this neighborhood used to have an HOA long, long time ago. And they drowned it in the bathtub. So they actually voted it out. So you can do that.
This is pre-85?
Might have been. It was before, like, maybe 90. So, but yeah, no, I remember my dad got into it with those Mormons. So about their
Mormons.
Well, about their satellite dish that we were talking about the other day.
Yeah.
So, and because that wasn't allowed in the HOA, so. My dad was that guy, so at least at first, and then after a while, he's like, you know what, this is dumb. We live on a city street. We don't need to pave it. We can all get our own fucking trash. So,
Yeah.
See, I live in an HOA because I don't live on a city street.
Right.
And so, so it kind of makes sense for us.
No, that makes sense. And if that's the stipulation that you're going for, that does make perfect sense. Mm-hmm. And I can see that there are people that might want that. I don't know if there's a
if I could do it again, I would not have done that.
Yeah.
So yeah, because all the other houses in my neighborhood, just like a block away, got brand new curb and gutter last year, thanks to that Tabor thing.
Yeah.
So I don't get none of that. It's like, well, fuck.
No, but I mean,
I mean, it's up to the block that I live. Yeah, so it's only like 200 yards where it's not nice. So it's not a big deal.
Roger that. But I mean, does that mean? So can you expect that by the time that you wake up on a snowy morning that the place has been plowed already, or?
If it's had more than 2 inches, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we got a guy who comes and does that. So,
see, that's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Yeah, and we all have common trash service, so I pay a flat rate for trash. So, because they don't want 10 different companies coming in at 10 different days.
Into that little area?
Well, running one truck for 2 cans over that road.
Yeah.
That's why they have it that way, is because it's like, no, we're going to all have our fucking trash day on the same day. So we get 1 truck a week, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that and you'd be, you would have like trash cans out every day of the week otherwise. I have seen.
I've been in neighborhoods that were like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this one is a little bit like that. Tuesday, Wednesday. It's Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
At this point, I sort of led the charge, and man, a lot of people switched over.
Oh, to another trash company.
Yes. So we were a waste management block over here.
Yeah, that's what I got now.
And
they're not great. They're not terrible, but
no, they're the trash company.
They will cancel your service on you if it snows like more than half an inch, though. So
they'll do that. They'll also like, dude, I remember getting my service canceled because I wasn't taking the can out to the curb.
Oh, see, that's rough.
Yeah, right. Because Patrick, I wasn't here.
Yeah, I know you were. You and Dog were away. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was getting your mail, if I recall.
You said it was the easiest job on the planet.
It was the easiest fucking job on the planet, man. So I already knew, like, after doing it for like 3 weeks, and then, you know, you came back once and went through it in front of me. I was like, all right, so I know what the junk is now. I had to walk by your trash can to come in the house, Jeff.
Yeah, yeah, they told me when I called them, they said, even if you have no trash, we expect you to bring it out to the curb.
Oh.
I was like, why? I told them, at first I was like, look, I'm not here to make your life any more difficult. It's if I don't have anything, I'm not going to wheel it out there. Mm-hmm. They said, no, you bring it up.
I wonder what the rationale behind that is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's still a little bit ridiculous. So I switched companies. I called them, they were like new. They were like brand new, called SoCo, and they were so nice on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
And they're cost so much less.
Oh, dude, when I lived over here, I found like one of those independent ones. It was called like Springs Waste or something at the time. And they were the nicest fucking people. I mean, there were times where, like, and if you call them, they always answer the phone. So, like, Waste Management, they treat us as basically a block of money. And so, you know, I get an email notification where it's like, oh, we're not going to pick up your trash this week. We'll reschedule it for next week. It's like, great, thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's like, well, I'm going to put extra cat turds in it now.
Not bagging that. I'm not going to tie it off either. It's just going in raw.
Yeah. So they were great, man. And there was even times where we were throwing shit out and call them up and say, hey, can you guys take this? And they're like, yeah, sure. So those guys, I would tip them every now and then, too. Yeah. My current trash guys, not a chance. So, 0 chance.
Yeah, and they were so cool about it. And so it was weird as I was the only guy putting out a can on Tuesdays. And then now like half the block is that. So I guess there was I don't think I led this charge. I think everybody was just like frustrated, and you know, eventually they just started calling. I don't know if anybody put out the flyer or whatever, but
they might have. Yeah, you never know. I'm starting to get the we buy houses things again.
Really?
Yeah, I'm starting to get those in my neighborhood again. So
that's interesting because they'd still have to pay a really hefty price to...
A premium? Yeah, absolutely. So I have no idea what they're, you know, like, But we had one in our house, in our neighborhood, that went on the market and was gone in a week. So, I don't know. I hadn't seen one of those in a little while, man. I used to get them all the fucking time.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, all the fucking time.
I think there was a market sweet spot when it was like perfect for people. I thought the whole problem was that the only groups that can afford to do that are ones that operate on such volume that...
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So either that or, because you couldn't finance it right now. The interest rates are too high.
Right,
So,
right.
well, I mean, unless you had a bunch of them, then you could.
If you had a bunch, or just like, fuck it, you got a ton of money, or whatever.
Well, yeah, then you got equity,
But
and so you just use cash. So, I have no idea, man. I just noticed that. So, last couple of days, I got a couple of those, actually. Or it just might be that time of year where people start doing that again. I have no idea. So
it could be. I don't know. I have seen... There have been some houses that have been on the market for a while.
There are some people that are a little bit price optimistic.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: is you can go into that, and then I imagine that Zillow is going to say your house is worth this much, and there are going to be people out there that say, "But I don't have that much to spend." It's like, okay, well then we can't agree on this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Just this is Trading Cards 101. It is the value of something is not defined by what the price guide tells you. The value is defined by what someone is willing to pay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's all a stock ticker is.
Yeah.
So, yep, it's just what the last guy paid for it.
That's interesting. I would find it interesting if you could negotiate stock prices.
You can at that level. So when I'm J.P. Morgan and you're, Goldman Sachs, we can sit there. We'll negotiate blocks of stock like that. That's what those guys in the blue coats do on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange.
I could say, well,
that's what they do.
Yeah.
Now you and me, I call up, my broker. Hey, buddy, I'll give you $10.50 for it. It's gonna tell me to get the fuck off the phone. Otherwise, you're gonna start billing me by the hour.
Pretty much. Here's the thing. I see that it's rolling to about $2.12 right now. I'm not willing to pay that.
Right.
I'm just not.
He's like, that's fine. Clock's ticking, buddy.
Right. So what do you want?
What do you want? Yeah.
How did you get this number?
Right.
This is my home number. What are you calling me here for?
Yeah.
All right. So, based on your guys' discussion of it, I watched that Wingstop commercial.
Oh, with the weird music.
It's not as complex as
no.
They're just trying to get this guy to lose. It's just basically saying it can break your concentration at Jenga.
Yeah, it just doesn't land very well. But it's not crazy. It's just weird.
Well, no, the setup is weird, and what I can tell you is that's one of those commercials that, and we've talked about this before, where look, it's the client that has the final say.
Oh, right. Yeah. It's like, I play Jenga every weekend with my granddaughter.
Not even a little bit. No, the demographics in that commercial are not that.
Oh, yeah. No, I got you.
No,
yeah,
not even a little bit. No, that is. Somebody said a couple of words, and they were trying to latch on to a specific audience, and that is the version they went with. And I guarantee you that the ad agency they said, I wouldn't go with this one, but it's your choice.
Yeah, and they just said, well, we know our customers, so
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Man, I haven't been to a Wingstop in ages, so...
I went maybe like 2 years ago.
Yeah, okay. So, I think I've been there within 2 years, so you got me beat.
I believe I ate there I had I think I had a hankering during COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think we got it delivered into a meeting once.
Did you?
Yeah, maybe like last year. I don't know. They're like, oh yeah, let's get Wingstop. I was like, oh, okay.
Why? There's nothing wrong with it.
I just not.
Well, you don't eat wings.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of wings. So
right.
Yeah, no, I'll eat fried chicken, but wings it's a lot of work, man.
It's not.
I know, but if you're not practiced at it, and then it's just messy. I don't know, man. I've never been like a rib guy either. I don't like getting schmutz all over my face. So,
You don't have to get it all.
I just
but I
do,
get it.
man. Yeah. So, and especially since we got, like catchers now. you know?
And you think most of the goons that eat ribs, you think that they don't have whiskers
But they're not as whiny about it as
Oh,
I
right.
am.
Well,
So,
there
yeah.
you go. Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm owning it. So.
Well, no, I will say this. I'll say this for certain. Like, wings are not a meeting kind of food. They're not.
They're
that's
not. Yeah, because everybody's like,
exactly.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
that's for savages. That's no. It's a
This is a post-hunt powwow.
fuck yeah. It is. It's not a clean food. It's not an easy thing. Like you have a couple of options. First and foremost, all right, meeting food. Number one, you always go for sandwiches.
Oh yeah,
You always go for
or
sandwiches.
donuts if it's early. Yeah, bagels.
Donuts,
Yeah.
bagels,
Yeah.
right? That kind of stuff.
Pick your poison kind of thing. Yeah.
I mean, you could also, for lunchtime, there's no qualm Chinese food, because that's something you eat out of the box, you eat out of the little package, whatever. I got it.
I don't think I've ever done that. Chinese food at a meeting? Huh. That's a good idea, though.
You absolutely could, because I mean, it's not that messy. It's not, as long as you know what you're doing, and it all comes just in these individual
Yeah. It's got your name on it, it's Jeff.
styrofoam.
Yeah, right.
Yes,
yeah. So yeah.
So it's not so bad, but fucking wings is because it's wings and fries.
It's wings and fries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to a couple where they did stupid things like that. Like the last one, last big one that I went to, they did spaghetti. So that was weird, man. So it was like, oh, we're here for dinner now.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And you got that plate with the 3 things on it, and you just put like a scoop of salad.
Yes.
So yeah, and it's just it was like, nah, this isn't working. So burritos are good too. We've done burritos.
Burritos are fine. Yeah, absolutely. That's
Yeah.
absolutely okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. We don't usually get to pick. So yeah, a lot of times it's the sandwiches and the styrofoam boxes. Those are fine. So yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this one's turkey. This was great. This one says veggie on it. Give me one of them turkeys.
Right.
This one says Cuban. That's a maybe. So if it's the only thing left, that and the veggie sandwich, I'll take that over the veggie wrap. So, and I love a good Cuban, man. But man, people do fuck them up.
What, the sandwich?
Yeah.
The Cuban sandwich, delicious.
I love them, man.
Yeah.
I love them, but man, I've had some bad ones over the years. So,
well, you either know what you're doing or you looked it up, and
yes, that's exactly what it is. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but it's just it is a regional thing, man. It's
I've had some good ones here. So.
Oh no. Where you learn to make these things.
Oh right. Yeah.
Yeah. Or who you learn to make it from. Yeah. Yeah, that's good stuff. God, I'm trying to remember the other. You know what? A lot of times to get pizza, I got to tell you, I don't think pizza is really a great meeting food.
No,
I don't.
It's not. No, that's like when you're desperate. It's like after 5 p.m. meeting. Everybody wants to get the fuck out of here, but everybody's starving. And we got like 3 more spreadsheets to do, whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, all right, or somebody order pizza. So pizza makes me sleepy though, man. So
Makes me sleepy, and you know what? The Sims are right. I do feel like washing my hands after every slice. So it's. I'm sorry. No, it's. If you're gonna eat good pizza, it's. Look, pizza has effects. It has consequences, right?
yeah,
It's not super clean food.
no. So yeah, I come to think, I haven't had a good New York pie in a long time. So
There's only one place now that I know of to go get it. It's a place called Joey's.
oh, Joey's is good.
Joey's is great.
Yeah, Joey's is good. Yeah,
It's far.
I haven't been there in ages. So
Yeah, but they do a great job, and P38 used to do a great job.
oh
But,
man, they've been going like 5 years now.
oh no, and the place.
Remember they had that surf and plate joint in there for a while.
It did,
Yeah.
and now it's
The 420 pizza. I actually hear it's pretty good.
I don't care.
Yeah, I know you don't care.
I don't.
So, but I hear the pizza is tolerable. So,
tolerable or good?
I don't know. So I heard that it was decent. So
maybe I'll try it.
Okay.
I don't have to endorse their
lifestyle. You go in there and use your pot pronoun.
It's so stupid. It's so, like it's just. That's so childish. It's so dumb. It's like if you get your 15-year-old to actually give you an idea about what to order, and I know that 15-year-old didn't get the business loan. That's not who got that. It's just there are some assholes and anyway, right? I don't want to harp on it too much, but
yeah, no.
I'll try it.
Yeah,
I'll try it.
I think I'll pass. So I'm just dedicated Domino's guy, man. If I'm gonna get pizza anymore, it's there. It's been ages since they fucked up a pizza of mine. Ages.
Well, they don't have the pan pizza on the menu anymore.
Yeah, they do. I just had one the other night.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. They have the 10-inch or 12-inch pan pizza.
I was just on the site a while ago.
Oh,
that was not on there.
We got one on Sunday. So, or no, today is Sunday. I guess it was last Monday we got one. Yeah.
So like 6 days ago?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, wasn't on the menu before.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we just had one.
All right. So, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Look, they're fine. I like them too. I have nothing against it. I will say that it's expensive now.
It is expensive.
It's fucking expensive.
Yeah, no, their pizza is not cheap, man. I mean, I'm spending like $30 every time I go there now.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, and that's why it's the one place where I'll actually swipe on the app looking at the coupons.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, I can get a free 2-liter out of this. Let's do it.
Jesus, I know. Yeah.
No, that has gotten expensive. So, takeout pizza or delivery pizza and fast food in general, except for Taco Bell. I went to Taco Bell the other day. You still get quite a bit of food for under $10. So
unless
what?
Unless you go for the premier item.
No, you can't do that, man. So I mean, unless you're really feeling a crunch wrap, yeah, then it starts tacking on $5 here and $6 there. So
yeah, I mean they've got like $7 and $8 burritos and shit on the menu. So
yeah, I don't eat those.
You can get rung up.
You can get rung up at Taco Bell. So, but I've got kind of like a go-to combo that's under $10 that works pretty good. So. Because, like, I used to just go there and I'd be like, oh, that looks good, and I want one of those, and one of those, and then I just feel terrible the next day.
Why? Because you order it all?
No, because I ate too much.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Oh, well, look, man, you have the same trapping that I do in the brain, where if you're going to a restaurant, right? I don't know what it is. I don't know why there's some sense of well. Who knows when I'm going to be here again? So why don't I get all the things that I want now instead of, coming back?
God, I used to do that when I actually went to restaurants. I haven't been to a sit-down restaurant in months.
Shit, I can't.
Yeah, I haven't been to one in months, dude.
So I haven't sat down to eat. I've picked stuff up.
Yeah, I haven't even ordered food like that from a place. I haven't done takeout like that in ages, man. So, in ages. In fact, the only place that I can think of that I've been to in like the last year is that Mexican joint up here. And that's because my mom likes it so much.
Right.
So, It's like, all right, well, that's easy breezy Mexican. I bet you they're still fucking cheap. So, but...
to a point, I mean, look, food's up across the board, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. My last grocery bill, $220.
That's a lot. So
$220.
How often do you go?
Usually once a week.
Oh, okay.
Usually once a week. Sometimes I stretch it out to week and a half.
Yeah, okay.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But $220 for food. Yes, I understand that this time around that yes, I also had to buy toilet paper, right? Which tacks on an extra like $10. I bought coffee, which tacks on an extra $10 because you're not always out, right?
No, yeah.
I think I had to buy some kind of medicine or something. Yeah, I bought like antacids for like $7. This is what I'm talking about. Is these three things should not push it up over
220.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I got to sit down and actually tally up all my grocery bills, because I think the last time we went to Costco, I spent about $400. So,
fuck.
Well, I stocked up on meat. So, like a pack of steaks is $55. So, but you get 8 of them. So, that's not bad. So, same thing with hamburger. I got like, I think you get like this skid of hamburger. I think it's like, I want to say it's 5 or 6 pounds.
Okay.
I got 2 of those. Those are like $40. So, or something like that. So, and then I just freeze it because I got an extra freezer downstairs.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But
well, it got to the point in time where it's just like, all right, let's stock up on summer meat. So, because I basically get the same thing just about every time. So
yeah, I gotcha. And look,
is chicken still expensive? Is chicken expensive, or do you get it that often?
Everything's expensive.
Oh, okay.
Everything over there is expensive.
Yeah.
There's one of the things that just utterly shocks me is if you just want to get a 12-pack of soda, that's like $10.
Jesus, beer is cheaper than that.
I know.
You just switch to beer. So,
I listen. I don't really buy it all that often, but I mean, yeah, if you just want to get like you have to do the thing where, and this is where, like, my brother would chastise me. He would say, like, well, you see, if you look at the little tag right there, it says you have to buy 3, then the price will drop down to $6 a piece. I'm like, brother, man, I don't want to buy.
Yeah, you don't want 18 cans of soda waiting to be drunk. So.
Like, it's not that I don't understand the value of this, and I understand that you have a rotation of children that are, picking at these constantly. But, my problem on this is, if I buy 18 sodas, I will know that there's 18 sodas to drink. I will go get them.
Yeah.
Right? Which is kind of wasteful, because you're like, well, I didn't buy this to, chug tons and tons and tons of these. So yeah, it's shit's like super expensive. Like realistically, dude, this is politically, this is why the Biden administration is done. They're not going to fix this in a year.
Nobody can fix it.
No,
it's unfixable. You have to grow out of it. You were right about that the other day. So
there's no two ways around it.
Yeah, you just have to grow out of it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And especially unemployment is so fucking low. It is so low.
But it's sort of misleading.
I guess,
No, it is, because
where are you going with that? I'm curious.
Well, the market of people that basically have more than one job is crazy.
Yeah, but it's not higher than it was 20 years ago. So that one kind of surprised me. Yeah, back when our dads were around working, my dad had 3 jobs. So I went and looked that up, and yeah, actually jobs per person is still down. It's higher than it was in 2019. So, but it's not higher than it was in 2001. So, I mean, still, you'd like to see more than 20 years of progress.
That's sort of the issue. Yeah, and that's where the truth of it is basically when you look at, and this was the data that was posted, was where is in terms of their presidency, where was the differential, and adjusted for inflation, it's 16 points higher under this current administration. Basically, the
what's higher?
The cost of everything
that
adjusted for inflation. Yeah,
that I believe. So you gotta watch some of that stuff, though, man. That's where you see a lot of fucking chart fouls. So if you see people cutting it off at certain points in time, you got to be a little suspicious of that. So.
No, this is just basically like graph for graph. This is like this presidency.
Oh, you mean months in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Well, because the post that got fucking demolished on this was when they posted, they say that it's plummeted in April, from March, and it was a 0.2 difference. So it went down from March.
Oh yeah, and so they turn around and say, "Oh, it's a 2% drop."
Well, it wasn't 2%.
Yeah,
it was 0.2%.
Right. So. Yeah, or they'll fuck that up all the time. Let's say it's all 2 points, and it's like, what do you mean by points there, buddy?
Yeah, points of what?
Yeah, you get what's your basis. So give me the basis.
Right.
So people do that all the time. But yeah, no, I don't know, man. I mean, I think, like, again, I'm just going to stand on the principle, I guess, here is like, I don't mind paying farmers and fucking delivery drivers in the United States more money. That's fine. So, I'm glad that money's not going to Saudi Arabia anymore. That's nice.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So, if you were to ask me like 5 years ago, would you pay 10, 15% more for everything from the grocery store to make sure that we don't have to pay any money to fucking Saudi Arabia? I'd be like, yeah, that's a good deal. So now that I'm living it, I'm not quite sure, but I'll stick with it for the moment.
It's a different perspective because I don't necessarily see that all as a Saudi Arabian problem.
Oh, it probably isn't. I mean, a chunk of it would be because a lot of that cost that's going up, that's transportation costs and that's gas. So
yeah, that is part of it.
Yeah, that's a big chunk of it. The other chunk is labor. So labor is really tough. Just because, like, fuck, man, base starting salary for and they don't even this is something that I read the other day. They don't even really hire high school kids anymore.
No,
there's the liabilities. There's all kinds of liabilities for hiring people who are under the age of 18. So a lot of companies just refuse to fucking do it. So I wonder if that's going to last. So,
Well, if okay, so
that could help quite a bit.
I'd say because what that could do is it could push the under 18 labor market basically to small businesses.
It might.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know if I like that though.
You
start paying people under the table.
No. Look,
I don't want you to learn that lesson when you're 16.
Hold on, I know what you're driving at here, and I know why you
right.
don't like it. But at the same time, that if regular companies won't do it, then fuck it, and then it's fine. If they end up helping out a little bit. Look, you and I have talked about the dirtiness of the small business, the grim and gritty. It's a different sin compared to we don't like it, but it's a different kind of sin that the big businesses, get away with. Right.
Yeah, it just depends on what you're talking about though. Cause like a Subway isn't a big business. It's a small business. It's owned by a guy.
It is.
So yeah, who pays the big business for his marketing?
That's right. Yes.
Product. So, and like most McDonald's are that way too. So when I'm thinking of like teenage labor, those are the kind of jobs that I'm thinking of. So, but maybe like Home Depot, I don't know. So, or something like that. Retail is just dying for workers right now.
Well, basically, I mean, any place that's gonna need you to sweep up the shop. It's gonna
sweep up the shop, run the register, whatever.
Yeah.
Man, I took my mom over to fucking Lowe's the other day. They don't even have cash registers anymore. So,
oh, they just have the bays.
They just have the bays, and one person is working a bay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, wow. My mom's like, I just need to check out. It's like, okay, I guess we'll do it this way. I mean, it's fine, but I mean, she's an 84-year-old lady. She kind of likes her things the way that she did them before,
No, I understand. So, and most places like that, they'll still have like one lane.
I didn't see one.
So when things are, what they'll usually do is they'll have, a person basically, standing guard over the bays. And then if there's like some kind of rush or overflow, they'll have somebody open a register.
See, I've seen that in grocery stores.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and then in other places, like you go to Target, there's always somebody because they got like fucking 50 goddamn lanes anyway.
Yeah.
So, over there. So it's basically, I don't know if it's faster or cheap. I actually haven't been to Target in a little while. So
no, nor have I. I just don't have a reason.
Yeah, no, me neither. I'm good on kitschy crap. So,
well, yeah, that's the thing is as lazy as it is.
Amazon's my Target. Yeah.
So, Amazon has saved me a trip to Target so many times. So I don't know what to tell you. It's just Oh, well, I need to get up to that light. All right, well, I'll order this, and I can wait till.
I can wait till tomorrow.
Sometimes it says you can have this later today. I'm like, all right, you
Oh,
know what?
Yep.
That's fine.
Later today works for me. I'll
That's
make
fine.
it work.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'll actually save some money in the process because I won't go to Target, go and get this, realize that I need Werther's Originals and I need stocks
I need
and
a giant Kit Kat.
Yes.
Exactly. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm getting low on boxer shorts here. I better go get some.
Okay, and I'm the
Actually,
perfect.
fuck, I should make a run to Target.
I know.
There's probably about half a dozen things that I'm not.
I know,
but
that's
it'd be
what I'm
nice to
talking
have
about.
a new one, you know.
But you're right. That's the kind of thing I'm exactly like a dupe for. The thing that
Right.
that I say, oh, I'm smarter than your average consumer. I won't get fooled by this. You know, how many times I've gone to the goddamn grocery store and you just go there and they've got those things. I'm not talking about the tchotchke crap in the aisle, right? I'm not talking about bubble tape. I'm not talking about fucking the rest of the Snickers and all that crap there. It's just as you're getting there and they have the stuff, it's like, oh, it's cheese danishes or whatever. The things that they independently take out and put on those, like, take one last look.
Oh yeah,
tables,
yeah.
right?
Because that's stuff that's about to expire. That you can find some screaming deals on some of that stuff.
You can, yeah, you can. But that's the kind of thing that mentally I know that I don't need. I didn't come here for, right?
There's a term for that. I can't remember what it is though. One of my marketing professors back when I was working on my MBA ages ago, he's the guy who came up with that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he was also the guy. You know how you walk in the grocery store and you see the milk right there. So they have that like little fridge, and it's got like 6 or 7 milks in it, so you can just grab and go real quick.
Oh yeah.
He thought of that too. So
the end cap, the
end cap.
Oh.
Yeah. So because they used to put companies used to pay a lot of money for the end caps. So like Oreo would put a lot of shit on an end cap. All right. So, but you don't, if you go into the store,
Wow.
all right, you know where the Oreos are, right? Okay. But what you really want is milk and Oreos. And so you grab your Oreos, but the milk's in the back. So you go to the back and you see, oh, fuck, they don't have any whole milk. Fuck it, I'm out of here. And so you ditch your Oreos. Or at least that used to be a thing. I don't know if it still is. But
these are just like complimentary products.
And so if you had an out of stock, all right, of these key items, all right, you wouldn't continue shopping. Okay? And so he was like, all right, so let's identify these key items, put them on an end cap. All right, so people can see, oh, there's fucking milk. All right, let me go get my Oreos. So,
like the last chance to look at it before you leave.
Well, yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Or you'd walk in and you see, okay, they're not out of milk. So that would be the other thing.
Yeah, weren't those, I swear, a lifetime ago, they'd have like magazines there.
They had all kinds of weird shit. I remember you'd have those ones that would be stuffed with teddy bears, like who the fuck's gonna buy teddy bears?
Oh yeah, teddy bears, and you always have that one grocery store aisle of toys. Just it's interesting too. It's
classic made in China toys.
But what's funny is it's funny because they have such a limited spot right there that it just makes you say, well, these are perennial sellers. No matter what or when.
I guess my understanding is that like a lot of that, like the amount of items that actually are in a grocery store now has like quintupled in the last 20 years.
Oh,
so, yeah. It's gotten way more in terms of the variety of each one. And so it just doesn't really register with me, but it might be. I mean, the research says it's true. So, but at the same point in time, I don't remember, like, grocery stores certainly weren't smaller back when I was a kid, but they did have that whole aisle that was nothing but kitschy crap. You know what? Oh, actually, you know what it is? The fucking aisles used to be way wider. That's what it is. So yeah, they did.
Okay. So it's airline seats.
It's airline seats. Yeah, that's got to be what
Got
it is.
Got it. Yeah. Okay, I can understand that. I can also. So what's weird is it's also very respondent to the market. So when I was in North Dakota, right, when you go in these grocery stores, right, and they did have some, but they were not regular size, man. These were smaller places. And And, so they had to be, more selective about what was popular. One of the things that I noticed was, all right, so you go into that back aisle where the meat is.
Yeah.
Right? And the selection is pork, 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 beef.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I guess pork is just way hot up there. And it was cheap, too. It was
That
way
does
cheap.
not surprise me. You're talking about the German part of the United States.
That makes it... Yeah. Well, what's funny, too, is in the same way, if you go into that, like, chips aisle, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretzels, pretzels, and then, like...
There's probably a shitload of different types of cheese. So, yeah.
I didn't... You know what? I wasn't looking for that, but yeah, I was just surprised at how many different kinds of pretzels there were. But you're absolutely right. That makes perfect sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, grocery stores are there's a pretty set formula how to make a successful grocery store. So, you've seen like Walmart try and think out of the box and make smaller ones that are more efficient, and people just go to a big one anyway.
Right.
And you've seen the other thing where you have like Asian markets are a thing, okay? But you're not going to find a standalone Mexican food market. Okay, so, it's just, there's nothing there that you can't get at a regular grocery store. Does that make sense? So, because Mexico's not that far.
Okay, so check this out. All right, so I will say, you're right there. What I will say is that there were some items that you did not expect to see in your local grocery store. So, for an example, you would not normally find Takis in a regular grocery store. But here's the thing is a lot of like Mexican food, it crossed over into white food a long time ago.
Well, sure. Well, Tex-Mex, but what we call Mexican food is Tex-Mex. Yes. So it's basically an American form of food.
No.
So with extra spice. Yeah. No, actual Mexican food is different. So, in fact, it's gotten to the point in time where they actually kind of like Tex-Mex too. So
I'd say it's kind of rough.
It's got a lot more seafood in it. So
well, there is that. But there's the seafood part, and then it's kind of like Chinese, traditional Chinese cuisine. Like
I hear that's horrifyingly bad.
It's awful.
Yeah, okay.
It's awful.
I've heard that
from
Chinese
once.
people.
Yeah, it's fucking dirty.
Yeah.
It just tastes like dirt.
No.
Fuck it, man. I mean, I get it.
No, I've heard that from people from China. So they're like, well, this isn't Chinese food, but this is much better.
Considerably better.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. And so there's a pretty set formula on how to do grocery stores, man. So because anytime you see a business gyrating, trying to gin up new business, you know that they've got it kind of dialed in. So like McDonald's all the time with their fucking, new menu items and consolidating menu. Taco Bell all the time, changing their menus. That means your business is 99.5% dialed in, and you're just fighting for that last, like, okay, how do we get a bump on this quarter's numbers? So that's all you're really doing at that point in time.
I would say yes, and I would say that that's a weird thing. It's just, when I think about things like McDonald's, right? And you think about certain things they've capitulated to.
Sure.
When they've done, the all-day breakfast thing and they've dialed it back.
Well, yeah, they're careful about listening to the fans. So.
Well, I mean, that was the thing. They opened it up. The fans said they wanted it, but the fans didn't.
They didn't support it, and so they took it away. So.
And now I think that you can get there's like 2 breakfast items you can get all day, but I don't remember. But
yeah, it's stuff that they don't have to bust out special. So yeah,
it's something like that. Yeah, or they have just like one spot where it works. I don't know, instead of having to switch over the whole thing. But yeah, it's sort of. It's weird. I feel like their ultimate trump card, right? I feel like McDonald's can't be desperate because they've yet to make the McRib a final, a permanent menu item.
No.
And I feel like a move of pure desperation would have been to turn to
this. I'm not saying they're desperate. I'm saying they've got it dialed in. So
right.
Yeah, and so like McDonald's is hands down the most successful of all your fast food chains.
Right.
So it has the most money. Its franchise is the strongest. It commands the highest license out of all of them.
Yes.
By a fucking country mile.
It does. And they also they are the kings of basically McDonald's real estate.
Yes,
I recall.
yes. They
Yeah.
own some extremely valuable real estate.
Yeah.
So yeah, because a lot of towns, you got a McDonald's before you got the interstate. And so,
Right.
yeah, I mean,
This is the bullshit where you see. I remember somebody posted this. It was something that was supposed to be like shocking me. Is they posted this fucking hovel in Los Angeles where it was maybe half bedroom, half bath, just utter shithole of a place where you look at it and you'd say like, this place is condemned, and then you see the price on it. It's $750,000. I'm like, guys, this was built in like 1920.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
The person that's selling it, the person that buys this, is gonna bulldoze the shit out of this the second
they're
buy it.
they're gonna bulldoze it and put something else on it immediately.
Like-
so, shit, dude, people have been doing that for ages, man. So my aunt had a house in Chicago, and
Oh.
it was in a nice neighborhood in Chicago. So it's out in the western part of Chicago. So nice neighborhood right next to a college. She bought it for like fucking $15,000
Right.
in 1953.
Right.
And then she just hung on in the neighborhood while everybody else moved, and they were built on like almost half-acre lots.
Yeah.
And so people would come in there, they would, buy up a house, they'd wait for somebody to die, get it in an estate sale or something like that, immediately bulldoze it and put a McMansion on it. And so, and that's just because the neighborhood around her was great. And so, when people bitch about high prices in certain neighborhoods, it's kind of like, well, there's a reason why that neighborhood commands that price. So can you tell me what that is? So if you can't tell me what it is, okay, you might have a legitimate bitch. But if you're telling me, oh, it's in downtown Los Angeles,
Right.
5 minutes from fucking Dodger Stadium, it's like, this is not rocket science.
No. Same story. Yeah, about a guy who told me about how his parents, a long time ago, same kind of thing. They bought a house in Brooklyn, right?
Oh, yeah.
Again, it's really low expensive. No, it was the grandparents, and this was a place big enough, right? That they grew tons and tons of their own tomatoes there and stuff.
Yeah.
Hosted families and all this other stuff. And so when it came time to sell, and I believe it got broken up into
fuck yeah.
lots.
Oh, millions. Yeah. So, especially if you had one of those old brownstones. I mean, some of those were like 4,000 or 5,000 square feet. So they're huge. So, yeah.
Just any other goddamn New Yorker, like, I live in a closet.
I know. Well,
with
dude,
four other guys.
my fucking uncle, he lived on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, like 2 blocks from the park.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! He had a rent-controlled apartment from the 1940s.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it was amazing. It was like
how many times did they get offered to buy him out?
Oh, they just stopped asking after a while.
Okay.
He had to die. So, and eventually he did. But then, it was years later, my dad and I found out they had broken his apartment up into like 6 apartments. So, because his apartment had
Wild.
a front room, a parlor, a dining room, like 3 bedrooms, and a kitchen. And the kitchen was the smallest room out of all of them.
Jesus.
And it went right out to the fire escape in the back.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Did
Classic 1940s style, brownstone, like flat. So
God,
yeah.
was it? It almost sounds like it had multi levels on it too.
It did not. It was
Okay.
it was in one long skinny. Like the whole thing was no wider than your house right here. Okay, but it was long. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So and it was just one. It was like he had one of those classic buildings where the staircase is in the middle, and then there's apartment like Ross and Ross and Rachel live on one side, and Chandler.
Oh
Kelly
yeah.
It's exactly like
okay.
that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So it was exactly like that. So and it was like a fucking block from a subway station.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Christ,
So,
man.
but see, that's the problem is like over the years, because he lived there for so long, and he made enough. He was actually a chef.
That guy. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he was great.
Yeah,
Well, he's a baker,
yeah,
but
yeah.
he became a chef. But he, all that money that he, spent on rent, he could have bought a place like that. So, and then passed it on, kind of thing. But, he paid that in rent. And, I see all these things on the YouTubes and the TikToks. Oh, you'll never buy a house. It's like, well, with that attitude, you sure fucking won't. So,
No.
you got to go find a place where you can afford. And so that's the trick. So, Well, I like it in Brooklyn. So good fucking luck.
Well, I don't.
Start playing the numbers, buddy.
Dude. Okay, it's not even just playing the numbers too. It's also like actually you don't even have to play the numbers. You just like think we said the other day. It's like they're dying. You're gonna get your chance soon.
Yeah, right? But not if your parents rented their entire life. So that you're kind of fucked if they did that.
If they did that, then okay. Here's the thing: is you're not required to follow the exact same footsteps as your parents. You could look at this and say that, well, Mom, Dad, I love you, and I respect that you rented all of your life.
Yeah.
But see, I've got some friends. They've been talking, and they said if I go here, I can get this. Dude, there's going to be a run on certain. Actually, I can tell you, like certain places. I know there's been a run in Texas where. Yep. When they broke down the property costs in Texas versus here.
Oh no, it's
I was flabbergasted.
Dude, I was looking at the same thing when I went to Michigan last year. I was looking at my cousin's house. And his house was almost a carbon copy of your mom's house.
Oh, really?
Okay, yeah. Oh. It was even on a golf course. Okay, just like your mom's house. Yeah. And I was like, God dang, man, this is a night. He had a pool. So he had a pool and everything.
Well, it had a carbon copy then, though.
No, it was like floor plan wise.
Yeah,
it's almost exactly the same size.
Indoor or outdoor?
Outdoor. No, he didn't have an indoor pool. But I'm sitting there looking at this place. I'm like, man, this is a nice man. Matt must be doing pretty fucking good. I was like, good for him. And as I go back to the hotel, look it up on Zillow. It was like the same cost as my house.
That's unreal. That's unreal.
And he had this big chunk of like wooded property and stuff. And I was like, yeah, okay, all right.
Hold on, man. Where in Michigan?
On the lake, on the western side. Yeah. So, yeah.
Is that not a valuable area too, or?
I mean, it's not like the Front Range in terms of jobs and stuff. But,
okay. Where's the closest big city to there?
Chicago. Well, actually, no, it'd be Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids is, I don't know, probably about 200,000 people. So 250. It's pretty big.
How is it far that from Grand Rapids?
20 minutes. So it's Michigan. Everything's fucking closer. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not like Colorado where it's like, in an hour-long commute, both directions every day.
Okay, it's a weird question because this just came up the other day. Is it true that in Michigan, right, they're so low and they have the lakes there that the pools fill by groundwater?
Oh, I doubt that, but
okay.
Yeah. I know the water table is really high, so you don't have to like water your fucking grass. So yeah,
I can't imagine.
No, everything is green as fuck, but there's trees everywhere too. So it's kind of claustrophobic. It's like Texas. So down in Houston, that weird part of Texas where it's like city, forest, city, swamp, city, forest. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Well, you go. It's weird. You go from this skyscape. You go into the world's ugliest construction of like it's like they used to joke about where they're like, okay, there's only two things you can see from space, and it's the Great Wall of China and the dump in Staten Island. It's like,
right, yeah.
No, it's not true like that. But I guarantee you can see that fucking hellacious highway
the
system.
40-lane highway, yeah. So yeah.
The fucking delete nothing, just build more.
Just build it wider, yeah.
Highway over there. But yeah, it's weird. You go from city, like you said, to forest. You look up at the skies and you see like big buildings. You drive a little bit further through the forest. You come out, the sky is green. It's weird.
It's weird. It's full of bugs too. Yeah, so
full of bugs.
Yeah, but I mean that just belies like the fact that actually we do live in a pretty expensive fucking place. And this
and me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
This place has been getting a little bit more. And it's going to continue to get more expensive over the next 10 years. So, because Denver's full. So, it is full. So, they've got the full-blown NIMBYism going on now. Don't build that here. Fucking tear it down. No, don't rebuild Elitch's. Put it out by the airport, kind of thing.
Yeah.
They got that full-blood, don't fuck with my property values kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
And... even like last time when I drove to Fort Collins, man, that's full. It's almost all the way up now. So not so much along the interstate
secret road.
No. That one is full. So, but
The secret road is full?
the secret road is full.
Oh,
so,
man.
yeah, I know. So, but the interstate still got some cow patches here and there.
Not for
So,
long.
well, they'll probably stay there because those farmers are probably like, fuck that. My farm is so valuable. You can build 1 million houses here. It's still worth more money.
Okay, all right.
You
All
know?
right. I got you.
So, yeah, that's Monfort territory. So, but anyway.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, but it's just like, even like driving way out on E470, you know, Parker is full, dude. It like all those hills down there on E470 that used to be bare, they're all covered in houses and Costco's and
It's
fucking
crazy.
you know, come and goes and all
Mhm.
kinds of shit now. So
You know what? It's funny I remember on one of the trips north, I remember that I went through Parker, and it is. What I can see there out there is I can imagine there are some people in Parker who are okay. They fucking hate it, right? Because they were like, it wasn't like this 15 years ago.
No,
That's not why I
man.
moved to Parker.
yeah,
But I can also see a lot of people who are just they're looking at the property values that were nice before and are
oh
just
my god,
like
they're
probably
astronomical.
skyrocketing.
They're astronomical, man.
Yeah.
So, you know. Yeah, and so that's going to happen here a little bit more. We have a lot more room to build, but city's getting clogged, man. Traffic in the middle of town fucking sucks now. It is bad. So,
Well,
you know,
fortunately, I have the ability to avoid it.
well, me too. So, yes, but I got to tell you, man, it's just like, you know, it's like even just trying to pick up my daughter from school and turning on Austin Bluffs is a bitch right now. So,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and it's just
Yeah.
like,
Right.
you know.
So, okay, so I there are some unique trips that I make every week.
Okay.
Right. And I'm gonna talk about this in comparison to the old days, past, present, that kind of thing, because you were there, Patrick. You remember. So
This was used.
so the trip that I make out to Nevada on Thursday mornings, 7:00. Okay. Now
That's a little early.
it's a little early.
Yeah, you probably don't
okay?
get it too bad.
But I've also made it just a little bit later, you know, and it's still roughly the same because, all right, you and I went to college there.
That's way better. That is
It is
infinitely better.
Infinitely better.
Infinitely
okay?
better. But
Now,
they built that 20 years ago, man.
They did.
Yeah, no.
They did. But that was the only time I was going that way with regularity, right?
Yeah.
So now that I take it, it's mostly fine unless this is my gripe with the traffic system is I think most of it handles things fine. However, once you close down one lane or you close down one turn lane,
Oh, it's fucked.
then it can't. It's a disaster.
Yeah, no, they've been doing construction right there at the gas station. So where they closed off 2 lanes and then one of the turn lanes on the other side, it instantaneously filled with cars. So yeah.
It so much to the point it doesn't seem commensurate with what stopped.
No.
It's weird because you look like, wait, they closed the lane down. Why did you all decide to go this way?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. That thing's been like that for a couple of weeks, but no, man. But like, so I drive that road every day. So that, well, not anymore since I'm off, but you know, every day that I went to work, I would drive that road because it is the least worst of 3 options. Least worst. Of 3 options.
You are doing everything that you can to not say best.
Yes, it is the least worst. It's not a good option.
Oh my God, like least worst is a tag that I say for like Papa Taco John's or
Right, least worst.
or Pizza Hut or oh my God, give me your 3 least worst.
So worst is Powers.
Okay,
Powers is fucking terrible.
okay. Now hold on.
No matter what time of day, you know, because it's exactly like that. All right. If anybody kisses a bumper or if they shut down a lane, it fucks up the entire goddamn thing.
All the way down.
For miles.
Okay, now I have a question. You're usually going south on Powers, right?
No, I come back on Powers.
Around when do you come back on Powers?
Depends on the semester, but I've arranged my schedule where I do not do it when the Air Force Base, lets out.
Like 3:30?
It's like 4.
4. Okay.
If you do that, you're fucked.
Okay.
So yeah, because you will get stopped at like Galley, and just bumper to bumper all the way up to Barnes. So for like an hour. So it's awful.
So what I can say is the other trip that I've been taking has been Powers North to exit 153.
Woodman to Will's house?
No. This is when I'm taking the dog to doggy acupuncture. This is so you have to go past like research, and you have to go.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's past the 2 big gyms, and then
the next one. There's a school right there, isn't there? A middle school. You're not going all the way up to 83.
83 is what?
Where it dead ends.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right around there.
That's not an exit.
No. It's in that area, but it's in that spot. And so they've done a good job. The other places like research and stuff, they have turned those into pull-offs and ramps and stuff like that. Versus when I used to go to work up there.
Yeah.
We're talking about you're waiting in that turn lane.
Yeah, they fixed that
for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So sometimes I go there at 10, sometimes I go there at 1, sometimes that's okay.
I've never had a problem going north.
That's what I was talking about south. That's
so the only time I do that during the week is when I come. So like I'll take my daughter up to my mom's like once a week after she's done with school.
Yeah.
So my mom's at a place where Powers is your best option unless you want to weave through the neighborhoods on the way back. So
that's a crapshoot too.
It is kind of a crapshoot, and there's a couple school zones. So fuck
yeah. So, that's the crapshoot.
It is.
Yeah. Any ambitious cop over there that decides to, and frankly,
they are pretty ambitious about that. So
Jesus Christ, if I wanted to, if we really wanted to talk about quotas and for a good price, my God, man, just mill around in front of Doherty. You will find people doing 55 in that thing during any given school hour of the day.
So I saw this in it. Yeah, okay. Well, I would recommend you don't do that too much longer because I saw that your CSPD is up to no good shenanigans.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they went before the mayor the other day and asked him for money, or the city council, I guess it's not the mayor. Here, the mayor is part of city council, if I'm not mistaken. So, but anyway, asked them for monies for, what do they call it? Speed detection vehicles.
Oh.
So now, what do you think of when you think of speed detection vehicle?
So I think of 2 things.
Okay.
Number 1, I think of that little box on wheels that says you're going this fast.
No, not that.
Okay.
So yeah, those are nice, but no, that's not what they're asking for.
Because those vehicles definitely detect speed.
They do detect speed. They do not issue tickets. So yeah.
So
they put those up to see where people are speeding, so they know where to set up speed traps.
So we're talking about a vehicle that issues tickets?
Yes, that will take pictures of your license plate and issue you a ticket, and you'll have so many days to appeal said tickets. Yeah. So what kind of vehicle do you think this is?
A camera.
On what?
Wheels.
No.
Huh.
Think about it.
An airplane?
Yes. Oh. What kind of airplane? One that's about this big?
Okay.
It can match your speed if you're racing with your buddies.
Fuck this shit, man. No, this is ridiculous. Did this get approved?
I don't know, so I'll have to look. But I would be shocked if this town did not approve that. I would be absolutely shocked because everybody's gotten used to the photocops now. There's dozens and dozens of them, so all over town.
I've noticed.
Yeah, and the police use those, and the city uses those to fix potholes and buy the police new toys.
Well, what was interesting is it's interesting that we're cracking down on this, but did you see that Denver is basically not going to enforce a great number of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Basically leading to kind of, you can only be charged with these if they're part of a larger offense.
Yeah, did you see the Wyoming State Patrol put up fucking billboards in Denver? Did you see that?
No.
Oh, it was great.
What did it say?
It's something about it. You want to come work for a real police force?
They're not wrong.
I know,
They're
yeah.
not wrong.
Oh, fuck the Wyoming State Patrol. They used to harass my wife every time she came to see me.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, they did every time. They would pull her over every single time. So, never got too creepy on her, but every time. So, yeah. So, you got Colorado plates. Young lady driving a car from Colorado, huh?
She must be.
Well, no, this was before then.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. This is way before weed. So,
Oh, this is just Wyoming dipshittery.
it is just Wyoming dipshittery.
That's unfortunate.
I know, but it is what it is. That's why I don't live there. So, but anyway, they were advertising in Denver. So, I don't know if Denver's got a mayoral election or not this fall. I don't know if theirs is actually on rotation. See, ours is sneaky because they do ours in like March. So, very few people actually vote in it. Actually, our guy's pretty cool. So,
I don't know. If I lived in Denver and I saw those things that were happening, reduction in police force and the insistence to still house migrants in their city, I'd be like demanding a recall.
yeah.
I would in Star Wars fashion propose a vote of no confidence and
Your adherence to the ancient religion. We'll do you no favors.
yeah, I didn't know that a mayor could disband the Senate, but wow, there it is.
There
yeah,
we go.
and then it's weird they brought their economy back because Denver started building this super weapon to keep the outlying system in line.
They do have a building with a big old crack in the middle of it
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's
I did see that motherfucker. Yeah. It's weird.
This super weapon will ensure the support of the outlying systems of Aurora.
We must choose one. That's a demonstration to the others. Yes.
Who can
Brighten my lord.
They're gonna brighten.
Yeah.
Oh man. I would think Aurora was probably the one.
Aurora might fight back. Yeah.
Well, the rebellion probably
Brady be like,
starts there.
but we have no weapons.
Or I mean, yeah, they could go fucking nuts and just like really catch them off guard. It's like, oh, man, they just turned Cherry Creek into a crater.
Oh man, yeah.
That would really scare everybody.
Well, that would flood Aurora. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be happy with that, but whatever. I live here, so
Yeah, I live here too. So I got to check on our race this fall. I've been seeing the signs up for our, I guess, latest batch of Republican stooges who are trying to grab Doug Bruce's seat, or I mean Doug Lamborn's seat. You know, I can't wait to see the story someday. I haven't seen it written. Maybe it's out there, but the whole behind the scenes thing where Lauren Boebert was going, she was ditching her district.
right.
So, and then she
Right.
went out east, and then the day after that is the day that our guy decided to retire. That is that I
You're saying that you believe in some coincidence.
I'm believing in some coincidences on this one. And I know that Doug Lamborn would never say anything bad about another Republican, but he definitely has a distaste for a certain wing of that party, of which she is co-chair. She's at least a
Definitely
secretary,
a charter member.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely a charter member.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm kind of thinking, because if she had ran here, she would have been a lock. So an absolute fucking lock. I know so many dudes who wanted to vote for her.
And you know, it's weird. It's
It had nothing to do with her politics, Jeff.
no. See, Patrick, that's the weird part.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with her politics.
Look, it is just you're as pretty as your competition. That's all it is.
That's true.
So one of the things I was unfortunately subjected to, and I don't know if you came across this, is I don't remember what event it was this week when you got to see the women of Congress getting so
I
ghetto
did
on
see
each
that
other
with Marjorie Taylor Greene and oh, what's her name?
and fucking I don't know.
She did burn MJT pretty hard though, but I mean that was just I saw that. Actually, Ben Shapiro was talking about that, and I had to turn it off just because I was like, oh my god, you got to be kidding me.
You
So
people
it
are
was just
ridiculous.
yeah, it was just Jerry Springer all over again, man.
It was
so,
embarrassing. And notice that again, this is not a statement against women or anything, but that wasn't guys doing it. It was women at their, and of course, yes, look when I look at the people who are tied into it, and of course you have fucking AOC at the heart of this too. We're like, you should apologize. It's like, fuck you. It's like you all are being trashed to each other. You
was
all
she even
are
in the committee meeting?
Yes.
Oh, she was.
Yes,
Okay.
she was. God, it was just embarrassing. I mean, this is like I want all three of you.
I wonder how safe her seat is in New York. I don't know.
I would imagine that for her, she's in a very specific district that is willing to overlook any of the things that would be basically costing them money.
Yeah.
On the pillar of progressivism. Though, to be fair, she says progressive things but doesn't do shit but line her own pockets.
No.
All right. She put that face on and people get to feel like, oh, look at me. So look who my representative is. No, she's just like, just look at her net worth. And
yeah, she's made a lot of money. I did see something about that a little while ago.
An absurd amount of money. But yeah, that's the train she rode in.
Well, yeah, and she like hired her boyfriend or something as her finance manager or something like that. It's just like that is
like this is
it's just it just doesn't speak well. I mean, Bernie Sanders never did that.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't.
So, and you guys are all just anyway. I don't know, man. I think that wing of the Democratic Party is about to take a fucking thorough beating.
Well, I would agree with you. I would agree with you in certain parts that anybody. I would argue that anybody that has even a remotely Muslim-sounding name should probably be checking their seat. Because I don't think you all are as popular as you think you are.
I don't necessarily know if it's just the Muslims. So, because like Ro Khanna's not going to get beat up by that, although he's Indian. So, but anyway. But I think if you've been one of these people who's been out there, like, with the Palestine thing, you're going to get fucked this fall. So, regardless of what your last name sounds like. So, that's why I'm kind of curious about AOC. So, I don't know how her neighborhood feels about that. So,
I think she's done enough stupid things that if her neighborhood wanted her gone, they would have.
Yeah.
But it hasn't happened.
Yeah, well, Garfield County tried to get rid of their problem.
Yeah.
Well, that was where Lauren Boebert came from.
Oh, right.
So now we'll take the Aspen loafer wearing or the loafer wearing Democrat over you.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I guess I better go find another home. So yeah, people out east, they'll like her a lot. They got a nice big prison out there.
Yeah, and I think there's a distinct group of people that are just like, hey, I love white trash. It's like, well, there you go.
There you go.
This is what you asked for. This is what you get.
Yeah. You can get the top of the shelf, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but no, I mean, it's because they saw some polling data on that the other day. Polls are getting interesting now because they're actually getting enough aggregate polls, so where you can actually start, saying, okay, that's legit, or you say, no, that's still just fucking NPR doing its thing, whatever. So
Sure.
yeah. God, I saw them gyrating about some stupid shit the other day.
So NPR.
Yeah. Anyway, I used to like that shit a lot too.
I did too.
Yeah.
But,
So I still listen to a couple of shows every now and then. They're not too bad, but
God,
you got to be really careful, man. There's always like it's kind of like swimming in like water that's been mined. So The chances of you like hitting one are really low, but you know.
But it's not zero.
It's definitely not zero. Yeah. So you know, but anyway, where was I going with it? Oh yeah, no, the Palestinian / Israeli support is so lopsided in this country. It was mind blowing that people are actually taking this position. So it was like, oh my God, you guys are so far out on this stuff. Yeah. And I was like, I didn't realize it was that bad. So because I'd heard a lot of people say, oh, all the Democrats support, that's not true. That's not even remotely true. You know?
Well, number one,
even if you pull that party and just that party, that's not true.
Don't be okay. So look, let's just put it out there. There's even if you're not talking about the upfront, the faces of it. There are still a lot of Steens and Fagelbaums and things like this in the Democratic Party.
What's a Fagelbaum?
Jewish last name.
Oh, okay.
Feigenbaum.
Oh, Dean. Oh, okay. Got
yes.
It. Yeah.
And so there's quite a few of the tribe in the front. But even at that, it's not just the front facing the candidates, it's their staffs and the people that have a lot of people in there. And I'm not saying it's just protecting an interest. I'm just like, look, it is what it is.
Yeah, I think it is.
These are people that, fuck it, they have family out there, right? Yeah, and they're gonna think about it this way.
Yeah.
And then, frankly, when you get down to it and you ask the average American, it's like, which of these two groups do you support in this conflict? Well, I imagine that you're going to get two common responses and one really, and one kind of off the wall. I don't want to say off the wall, but uncommon response where first response is probably going to be fuck them both. It's got nothing to do with fuck them both.
There's actually a lot of people who say like, well, I support Israel unless it means that we send in U.S. troops. So
exactly,
that's like okay, it's 2024. All right, we're 2.5 years removed from like not being in a Middle East war, although we still have guys in Syria. So you know, but
right,
yeah. That's okay. They keep eyes on some guys that are pretty good at
writing research papers.
Right? Yeah.
Running the AFIs.
The AFIs, yeah. Doing weather updates.
Yeah. And then the second is going to be like, and we're talking by a wide margin, Israel. And then you're going to find some people that are like, Palestine all the way.
Yeah, and very
distant number 3.
It's very distant. So yeah, and then like if you actually control for age on that one, so you start looking at crosstabs on it, that support completely disappears once you hit about 35.
Really? Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That's about the age where you're like, yeah, I fought in the global war on terror. You know, so, yeah, it's like I did my time, you know, dodging camel spiders. So, you know,
yeah.
So yeah, you do. It just completely evaporates. So it's gonzo after that.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Actually, it's not weird. It makes perfect sense to me. It makes sense. It's the kind of thing that if I were younger, you could have probably argued me into, supporting. But at the same time, this is me. I've had certain attitudes for a while.
Yeah.
I've had certain attitudes towards places that the countries that start with the names Islamic Republic of. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't. This is the kind of shit where I look back at this and say like, man, we really should have, handled our business better during the Crusades. I don't mean this in a mean or like derogatory way.
If we didn't send the American Legion there, I mean, it's kind of not our fight, bro.
You're talking about if say like if some just completely like devoid of any ideas movie studio came to me and they said, all right, here's a remake paper. It's like, we want you to remake a movie, take the liberties you want. It's like, all right, well, this is the final countdown. But let me tell you what the twist is.
Right, here's the twist.
Let me tell you where we're going to, where the aircraft carrier is going. This is going to be weird. Okay, I promise you it's going to be weird.
Yeah.
We're not fighting the Japanese.
Right, yeah. But we're still taking the aircraft carrier, man. Yeah. So, actually been reading about the Crusades lately.
So have I.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a weird coincidence.
No, it's because what I was really looking at was what is this history? It prompted me to study the history of the region a little bit more about the claims of legitimacy, who owns what, and for how long, and if there is something that I could look at that and sort of discern and say, like, I can take a black and white position on this. It's like, not even close.
No, it's really hard.
But what I can tell you is, well, these people parachuted in, took a bunch of hostages.
Oh, you're talking about recent stuff.
Well, no, I'm talking about like in lieu of being able to come out there and say, like, all right, I can draw a distinct black and white
I see.
historical thing. I'm like, there's nothing here that says this belongs to you. As far as I can tell, is like, well, these guys say, like, 5,000 years ago, God promised it to them.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But, again, that's...
It's that, dude, that's a rabbit hole that does not end.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it does not end.
Right? So I'm like, okay, but what I can say is in recent years, I can say, well, these guys parachuted in, right?
Yeah,
took a bunch of hostages.
Yeah, you don't pick a fight that way unless you expect to see it through, man.
Right.
So, and that's their whole strategy. Like, there's a couple strategy guys that I listen to. Some are pretty fucking smart. Some are not. But
are they fun at least? If they're not?
No, it's just I use them as kind of contrarians. So they use a lot of counterfactuals and shit like that. It's just all right, guys. You guys are weak sauce on this stuff, but you might have a good point. Anyway. Most of them are pro-Palestine anyway. So, but some of them are guys that I followed for years too that just went that way. I was like, what the fuck are you doing over there, man? But anyway, so that's fine if that's where you choose to go, man. It's your opinion. Yeah. So fine by me. Yeah. So, but like the whole thing is to it's kind of like the same thing with Putin. All right, you got to pick a fight in order to stay in power. So, and they're kind of the same way here. And then so this is why I'm not worried about the Chinese anymore. I mean, I still am a little bit, but that dude does not have to pick a fight to stay in power. He does not have to pick a fight. People love him in that country. So, I love the China guys and stuff like that. But, if you actually dig into some of the Telegram China out there, where, okay, this guy is an actual guy. So, they don't see him as a dictator. They see him as the leader of the party, and they love the party. And they're like, just wait, we'll get another one eventually, So, yeah, and but Putin is very different than that. I mean, he had to sack his defense minister the other day. So...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he sacked his long-term guy. So, and then there's already predictions that he's got a 6-month expiration date. Because he knows where all the bodies are. So, yeah, and he plugged in a guy who's, a finance dude. So, yeah, and it's just like, yeah, okay, then immediately it was kind of like, all right, this is patently apparent what's going on here, man. You guys would not be able to stay in power. So if you didn't have a war going on, and so how do we keep this war going? Okay. So we get rid of the guy who's figuring it out. Got it. All right. So, yeah.
That is classically Russian.
It is classically Russian, man. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not saying that that's just like predeterministic, but still at the same point in time, it's kind of like, well, he read those books too. You
got to remember that this is the thing is depending on where you live, like, you decide who the main character of the story is. Depending on the perspective you're writing it from, so you're like, oh, these are the good guys.
These are the good guys, yeah. So
yeah.
We're going to root for Voldemort here.
Right.
He had a rough childhood.
And, look, I understand. I understand that Voldemort felt that, his people surrendered in the wrong way.
Right.
And, you know, it's...
Right.
It is what it is.
They gave up too much authority. And why can't I just murder people if I'm in charge, you know? So...
it's like, yeah,
don't give me a reason to murder you.
Right.
Yeah. So...
I can't make this any simpler, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, but Hamas is kind of the same way, man. So, you know... I mean, the hilarious thing, and I mean, some of the details have come out about this, is like how they planned the entire attack and stuff.
Oh, you're telling me.
Yeah. And it was just like...
Just independent cells.
All these independent cells that, so So the spider at the center of the web, all right, the Hamas guy, whoever he is, that guy in Qatar or whatever.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was like, well, you know, I'm pretty easy to hand over, you know, so let me set this thing up like this, and, you know, we'll go punch Israel in the nose, and we'll try and get Saudi Arabia to back us, and blah, blah, blah. And then the strategy after that is, you know, like, don't let the civilians in the tunnels. So, you know, hide the jihadis amongst the civilians, make the Israelis kill as many of them as they possibly can, which will piss off the entire world, and then, you know, we'll have a moral victory, and Israel won't be able to eradicate us. And Israel's just like, no, man, we read that book too. You know? And so I see a lot of gyrating out there, you know, you know, and it's just like, hey, man, you pick a fight, you go to you go out on the playground, and you pick out the tough kid, and you hit him in the nose, okay, and then you try and run, but the teacher's already locked the door.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You got a problem. So,
well, and this is the thing. This is it. All depends on your strategy. Hinges on nobody seeing you throw the first punch, and watching the big guy wail on you.
Yeah.
Right. While you go ahead and film that and put that on TikTok. Right. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, because everybody else has a cell phone in this age, they saw you.
Right, yeah.
Right? It wasn't something where it was an abstraction where you can just write the words and people can't visualize it. They have video of you doing this shit. Right?
You can't watch 10 minutes of that video without getting, like, really mad. So, I mean, like, boiling hot mad, man. So, you can find chunks of it out there. I can't find the entire thing anymore now that I don't go on Telegram. So, but
I can tell you where to look. But
I don't really want to see it.
And you don't need to see it.
I watched enough of it.
You don't need to see it.
And the same thing, like, yeah, I don't go on Telegram anymore because I watch more than enough fucking war crimes in Ukraine to last me. I'm good. I'm good. So, you know what? I'd rather go read more about the Holocaust now at this point in time, because at least that's in black and white. I can put it
there.
Down.
You go.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah. And so if you don't have that benefit of being able to reframe it from people not seeing it, look, man, I'm sorry. I get that there's a certain contingent of people who are friendly to you in our media, right?
Oh,
but the average person on the street is going to be like, well, I'm sorry, the second part of the equation when you balance it is, well, you found out.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's...
you got to finish the equation before you try and solve it, man.
So, you know, yeah, I'm sorry. It's like, so fuck around to set the X.
Right.
You do the math.
Y equals MFX.
So when you do the basic algebra, there are a lot of people like, you had it coming. I'm sorry, man.
Well, and people understand that too, man. You know, and then like the other argument that I've been seeing going around, you know, and not as much as I did before, because I'm not on Twitter anymore. But you know, it's more so of the like, well, we would be no better, and I'm like, actually, we would have fucking wrecked that place by now. Yeah. So
we would be installing a new government.
Yeah, it's like we didn't call people in buildings in Iraq. So, you know, before we dropped JDAMs on them.
No.
So, and we didn't say that, like, well, try and drop it in the parking lot, you know, we drop it on the fucking hospital. So, you know, so it's like, well, that's one more hospital we don't have to worry about, you know, harboring terrorists in the future.
You're aiding and abetting the enemy. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's kind of that. Yeah, there's all the homes that are being destroyed. It's like you harbor the enemy, you lose your house. I mean, there's a reason why we have a fucking Third Amendment in this country. Yeah. You know, it's for a reason. It's not there because they didn't want to pay for it.
No, even if there was some kind of sweet deal on this, where it was like, hey, if you harbor a troop, right?
Right, yeah.
You get a stipend. You get
a tax credit.
Right, absolutely. Because I know that there would be people that would be like that. It's like, hey, man, I'll go ahead and harbor, British soldiers, like, for the extra cash.
Right.
But the thing is, like, no, you don't.
No,
you're just not doing it. It's just not happening.
Yeah, there's a reason
We're not
why.
letting you do that.
Yeah. So yeah. I saw that fucking movie too. Yeah.
Right.
So I think your boy, did he die? So anyway.
Yeah, this is so when you find that the world is it, because this is the thing, you hear all this like jibber jabbering about people. It's like, oh well, why haven't they should impose all these sanctions and do no business with it. What I'm finding is the rest of the world is like, nah, we're gonna keep doing business with them. We've gotten your letters. We've seen your tweets.
Right, yeah.
We blocked you.
Right, yeah.
Stop sending us this shit because nothing's going to change. We don't view these guys as the bad guys you do.
No, we don't. Yeah. Man, and it's just it's so predictable now at this point in time. It's just you're just waiting for the next thing for them to glom onto because they're going to lose this one too.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, they've lost things consistently. So ever since the DNC fucking squashed, Bernie Sanders movement, they've had nothing.
Yes.
Okay, because Occupy Wall Street was bullshit from the beginning. So
there was a kernel of truth to it.
There was a kernel of truth to it, but it revealed itself as not an organization. So it's a bunch of people who are mad and get together every afternoon, and it's like, that's not a political movement. And you guys should have read that book. All right. So, but,
Right.
But still, this guy over here, he's actually doing a political movement. It's just, it's got a lot of pie in the sky bullshit in it, and he made up a lot of the numbers. So, once people figured that out, he lost. So, but did he get jacked by the Clinton campaign? Yes. So did he get jacked by the Biden campaign? I don't know about that one. I actually think his candle was probably donezo. So at that point in time,
it's hard for me to say.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They didn't have all the elector bullshit and stuff like that, though.
Yeah.
So I mean, Clinton definitely jacked him. He shanked him in the back.
Yes.
So by calling him a racist. So that was dirty. That was dirty.
That was prison yard. That was.
All right. Well, props for that, I guess.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, but still, yeah. And then since then it's all been everything's race based, and that's dying. People are looking at it and they're like, I mean, you just look at black communities out there and they're like, fuck this, man. We need cops. So
we need
cops. So
this is the thing, Patrick. When I talk about gains, and I'm not talking. This is when you have this group in the pocket. The newest polling data, right, where they're saying this is huge. Like it's a 13-point swing, right, to Trump in the black community. You say like, oh, 13 points. I'm like, that's more than double what it was before.
Yeah, that's a lot more than it was before.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, that's enough to actually drive the electorate in a state or two.
Absolutely.
So, okay. Especially a state like Georgia. So, which he's going to need.
Yeah.
So Biden's going to need that one. But I was looking at some of the state-by-state polling data. So, I can't call Pennsylvania just quite yet, man. It's too fucking close. Yeah.
But it's, I mean, this is the weird thing. Okay, so there has to be a point where, again, you have to look at, like, when Kathy Hochul says, black kids don't know how to run a computer. And I'm like...
Is anybody still paying attention to her?
Yeah.
God, I hope not.
Because it's weird. There's just this thing you say, like, how did this, like, Disney villainess, like... Shit. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm judging her off face alone, but if there's anybody out there who'd kill, Dalmatians to make a coat,
101.
I'm sorry, man. Look, I call out evil-looking people on any side, right? It's fine. It's when we were talking about Mr. Hydrocephaly and his gigantic forehead. I pick on the people for things that they should be picked on. And when people just like show you who they are, man, it's like, all right, and I could only take so much of being like, she thinks that we're retarded.
She does, yeah. She does. I wonder when she's due up. She wasn't actually elected, was she?
I believe she got placed when Cuomo stepped down for his indiscretions.
Oh, did you watch his fucking brother try crawling back on ivermectin last week?
You son of a bitch!
I know, man.
I was like, you.
Dude, even the people, like, everybody was kind of like, what the fuck, you did? I was like, we all know who you are. Get back in your basement, asshole. So, yeah. I mean, that one went over like a fucking lead balloon. So, yeah, it was just like, get out of here, man. Go on, get. So,
yeah, I can't.
It's like, God damn it, I forgot to close the garage again. The raccoons are in my... I can hear them out there, man.
I'm not gonna go hit the trash can. There's a big bee out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, man. I mean, and that one, and
the
like
backpedaling,
backpedaling
from the COVID tyranny of people just being like,
there's some people who are going to try and remain in good graces, and they're just not going to be able to get back. Because I got to be blunt with you, as far as like COVID in general, most people just don't want to fucking talk about it. We're just done with it. Yeah, it's like no. It's like, hey, yeah, that fucking sucked. Okay, that one, let's let that one be water under the bridge. Okay, stop bringing it up. So and the more you do this, the worse it's gonna get for you, buddy. Yeah. And so watching him do that, I can't even remember whose podcast that was. So.
I can't remember. It wasn't the biggest ones.
No, it wasn't the biggest ones.
But yeah, the fact that he kind of like went crawling back on that, I was like, man, like
it was with one of Joe Rogan's buddies.
It was, but
I don't remember which one it was.
It wasn't one of the pricks that I'm used to.
Oh man, he's been getting pricky lately too, man. Like this whole Tyson fight, man, is just nothing but MMA dudes now. So
and that's fine. I
get back to that. That's great.
It's okay because that's his area of expertise.
Yeah,
it's
get back to that.
Totally fine. I don't mind that. There is a component of, all right, Joe Rogan has a pocket of I told you so's, right? That he can fall back on.
He can. Yeah.
All right, and I have to give him credit. He hasn't been like throttling people with it because he could be jogging the biggest, nastiest victory lap right now when it comes.
I don't think he's a bad winner.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, I don't think he's a sore loser, and he's definitely not a bad winner. So
no,
yeah,
no. It's just that he held his convictions. He was wrong when he was he was wrong, and he was definitely right when he said he was right, and that's fine. And I know that at the time it was like the things that are going to go down in history. I say like what are the ugly bits of media, like when they say every now and then when you see that picture of Ted Danson in blackface, right, with Whoopi Goldberg, you're like, why haven't I seen this before? It's like, well, we've tried to bury this. And in that same vein, you're going to look at those dumbass videos of like Stephen Colbert and his dancing like shots, right?
Oh God, I hope I never ever see that again in my life.
This is what
I hope I never.
There's going to be a section of shit that is.
I never want to see Brad Pitt as Anthony Fauci ever again.
Yes, this is what I'm talking. There's going to be a period of this shit that is so buried. Yeah. Because you're like, you guys were so embarrassing.
Yeah, there's already a real cringe factor, with any of that stuff, So I don't know, man. Like we'll see how we feel about it in like 5 or 10 years. So, or actually, the real test will be the next time there's some kind of shit like that going on. So, it did happen regularly before. I mean,
I agree.
Yeah, there was a reason why it was named -19. So, yeah. So it'll happen again, but I mean, just the tolerance for that kind of like you'll never get restaurants to close again ever.
No,
you'll never close schools again.
Well, actually, you know what? Some places will.
Okay, fine.
All right. Some states will probably like glom onto that and like
they'll try it and they'll watch everybody flee the state. So and I mean, and then or they'll get voted out. So fairly quickly in some of those situations, that's where you'd see a recall. pretty quick if you had a state that actually lets you do that like ours does. So, it'd be like anything like that.
Like, I feel like you could convince Oregon to shut down. I feel like you could convince Washington to shut down.
My understanding is Washington's kind of chilled out a little bit. So, because of that whole, like, there's like a block there that still looks like a bomb hit it. So, and then, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is why you have this moment of people being like, can we be West
I guess that's
Idaho?
Seattle. I guess that's Seattle.
Oh, well, it's Seattle, yeah. Well, okay. Seattle and Portland, yes. You're talking about areas that
yeah.
There is still, I kid you not, there is still retarded stuff going on daily.
In Portland?
And Seattle.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, I had seen that Seattle had chilled out a little bit, but I don't know. So, honestly, that was a couple months ago when I saw that.
But, I mean, there's a big component of people out there that are like, yeah, can we just be West Idaho?
Yeah. Well, you got a part of Colorado that wants to become part of Wyoming. Sure. Why not? Let's have a little musical chairs, shall we?
You know what? You say that, you don't want that.
No, you don't want that. You really
that.
don't want that.
And you know what? Wyoming doesn't deserve it.
That's true, too.
They don't deserve you.
Yeah, they are. That's true. Yeah. You're too good for them, man. You can do better.
Don't do this. Don't do
Become
this.
remote Texas.
I know what you're thinking, okay? I know what you're thinking is that if you just open enough like churches and music halls and like entertainment venues like close to the border, that you'll start influencing parts of the state to just like chunk off.
Possible. It's
and
not
just
possible.
Sort of chunk off and become your land, right? But it doesn't work that way.
No, that doesn't work that way. It's a cast iron state, man. You scratch something off, it's still just iron underneath it.
I love it. I don't get me wrong. I love that if you have enough like culture that like Salt Lake City will flip and it'll just be yours, right? It's in the middle of their territory and they'll just like we're part of Colorado now.
Salt Lake City? No, I don't see that.
No, you just if you have enough influence. You'll just flip a city regardless of where the territory is.
Yeah. You just got to push you. Okay, I got you now. I'm sorry, man. I'm fucking slow. So I get this pink and yellow banded border coming towards you. So I should build those schools in
and rock concerts and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I got to have enough Elvises.
Yes.
You can't have too many Elvis.
And you will just start just breaking off pieces of Kansas and Nebraska and
yeah. No, I don't. Yeah. Yeah, they're too good for you. So.
They are too good for you. Yeah. Wyoming doesn't deserve you.
No.
And I've had Wyoming people. All right, I got to say this. I'm going to kind of like finish on it because you knew them too. Wyoming people are recruiters. They want you.
Yeah, they want you.
They are constantly telling. They're like, how much state tax you pay down there?
Yeah. It's like, oh, your house got broken into, really? So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, really, you had to change your own tire? Wow.
Right. Now, look, man, I didn't want to bring this up to you, but somebody at work told me that you had a neighbor that's black.
That's definitely something that's missing in Wyoming.
I know it's not okay to talk about this, but I just want to let you know that.
Man, that's what I tell people all the time. So, I mean, if you ever meet like bona fide racists in the world, that's what they sound like.
They got paperwork.
Well, they sound like that.
Yeah.
So, and they're not going to say that to somebody who's black. They're going to say it to somebody like me or you.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah. So...
Yeah, I know, and I'm gonna tell you, they're gonna crouch it in state sales tax.
Right. We'll talk about, so what was the Civil War really about?
Oh, come on.
That's a little bit over. That's a little bit on the nose. So
you and I
like one of those things, like I'm really into history, So
right,
yeah, what kind of history? Oh, all kinds, but I really there's certain parts of it that I read a little bit more on than others. It's just like, okay, go on.
As do we all. What part are you reading?
Right. Well, now that you mention it,
I mean, look, this is the same thing. I get the.
It's only because my great granddad was there. It's like, You wound up in Wyoming, huh? Was he running?
What kind of like-minded people was he trying to move in?
Right, yeah, exactly.
And look, yeah, we can't be well-versed on every little bit of history. And when I get asked about, like, well, how much you know about Korean history? It's like, some. And most of it is sad. Most of it is spent, especially recently, under the vassalage of other nations in the area.
That's like 2,000 years. So
well, there's like a little game that's being played about when this becomes this, and when you're like, all right, so when does this become part of their? They become the Koryo shogunate or whatever. You know, it's like, when does this happen? It's
it doesn't really.
And there's a lot of places where it's like, well, a lot of regions over there played musical chairs like this.
Sure.
And it sucked.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, like, it's one of those things where, trying to arbitrage, history, trying to arbitrage some kind of, like, social standing out of, like, a history is stupid. So, and we're seeing that more and more these days, and that's just what's not actually flying, because, like you said, you're reading about the Crusades, and, like, I did deep dive on, history of Israel all the way back to, like, 1909. So, at the beginning of the British, all kinds of different. Well, at first there was the Germans try to get in there, yada, yada, yada. So, it was still part of the Ottoman Empire.
And then you got to go way back.
You don't have to. I mean, and that's the point, is like, how far back do you need to go? It's like yesterday. That's good. So, yeah. So, were they still killing people? Yep. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's all we really need to know, So,
right.
And so using history as leverage for, or justification for some kind of action is just, it's fundamentally backwards, and it's weak is what it is. It's just, it's
no, it's pathetic.
Okay, fine.
It's not just weak.
Yeah. It's pathetic. It is intellectually dishonest. And when it comes down to it, I just don't really have that much tolerance for it anymore. So, and I'm like reading on the Crusades. I read on them because that's interesting. I didn't know that much about Saladin. So it's like, this guy's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. When you get down to it, it's like, how did you lose? I'm like, oh, it's him.
How did you lose?
Oh, shit. It's like, oh, my God, this is like the Tom Brady of Arabs. Like, this is like, wow. You're talking about
MVP.
You're talking about a dude who's got like 7 rings. It's Saladin.
Right,
this didn't fuck around. Like, it's like, I would love you so much more if you weren't tied to an incredibly crappy message that comes along with the religion you were spreading. But that's cool.
Yeah.
I can respect my adversary.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how far back you want to go, but if you take a look at, like, like the Ottomans in particular are interesting. So, because it's, first it's about conquest, and then it's about, like, rulership.
Yes.
So, and then, it's not about, like, spreading Islam until a certain guy comes around.
Right.
So, and it's like, oh, okay. So
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, no, there's some interesting stuff, but that was all after, the Crusades and stuff. But
exactly. There's this part where, like, you guys have never initiated the divorce.
No.
The divorce where you're like, yeah, we like the good things about this.
Yeah.
And we eschew the crappy stuff for the fringe assholes.
Well, and they would use it to win wars. So, yeah.
Right.
Right. No. So, I mean, okay, fine. But still, does that affect, people in Palestine today? Probably not as much as, the guy who's in charge who decided to fucking send a bunch of lunatics over the fence, last fall. That's probably more important than the Crusades.
That is.
So, yeah. So, yeah.
Recency alone, yes.
Recency alone and direct effect on your current well-being have way more to do with this than, I don't know, anything.
It's when you come down to it, it's like, guys, you have to learn to hold that L with grace and dignity.
You put it up, yes, and so you have years where you put up the national championship banner. Okay, so you got to the NLCS that year. That's great. Okay, you took it. There's no World Series banner next to it.
Right.
Got it. Okay,
right.
So
right.
That's still an accomplishment, man.
No, it's good. But the problem is, like, you cannot be that college that every single year is like, yeah, but you know what? I'm pretty sure that this person was in violation. Did you test all of it? This is an illegitimate year. You've got that fucking little yappy dog in there that eventually, every now and then, like, digs under the fence, right? Fucking chomps the shit out of a lot of people who are like, sorry, man.
Sorry, man, your dog's got to go.
Look, and we don't mean to make this an extended metaphor about your people, but we're going to say it. Mad dogs don't go to jail. They get put down.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, yeah, it's like in that same thing. I mean, separate the wheat from the chaff here, too. So I think the IDF is doing a really good job of that. So
separating the wheat from the chaff also means that when you're in that group, as we've done here, like, God bless us here in this country.
You got to call out your own guys.
You've done an amazing job of saying, like, these Christians suck.
Yeah.
They do not represent anyone. I'm going to tell you that God really doesn't hate these kind of people, and I feel bad writing it on a sign, and I sure wouldn't wave it around at a funeral, right? These people do not represent me, right?
Yep, but we will defend your right to say that.
That is correct. Yeah. But there has to be a little bit more of that, like, sorry, man, your community needs to disown the shit out of you. That is how your power disappears.
Right. Yep.
Right? Yep. Nobody gives a fuck about what Pat Robertson does. They don't.
Dude, that stuff's so under the bridge now. That's so long. That ship is so sailed.
There's no sway on this. There's a point where people are like, these are the most dangerous men. I don't know. Really?
Yeah, there's no sway on that whatsoever.
So just you people embarrass yourselves. So, but yeah, that's my problem with Islam is not. There are great practitioners of it. Yep. It's that fucking divorce yourself from these people, condemn them, stop cheering when some bullshit happens. Like, make sure that you look at the people. It's like, well, hey, did you see what they did in Israel? It's like, yeah, not cool.
No, not cool. So, very not cool. A lot of people are going to die now. You guys thought of that yesterday before you pulled the trigger on this? Huh? So,
I don't need to see the shit where they're fucking cheering because the towers went down. I'm like, no, the whole thing is like, not cool, dude.
Not cool. Yeah.
Everybody's going to hate us because of this.
Yeah, and we're going to wreck one of your countries. So, 2. So, we'll give one of them back. But
because then you look at it and say, like, why are we getting a bad rap? I'm like, well, I'm sorry, because Jews didn't blow up the Twin Towers. Because, that's what I'm saying is like, yeah, Christians didn't parachute in and shoot a hole. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you get a bad rep because this all keeps coming back to you.
Yeah, but you don't want to use too much history.
No.
You want to be careful about that.
No, because if you go back far enough, then Ohio and Michigan are still at war.
Right, yeah.
For that day.
Right. Shoot at each other from across the lake.
Queers! Fucking losers come over here. Come over here. Yeah. Are you going to get in a little boat? Get in a little boat. All right,
that's good.
All right.
And I'm Pat.
And I'm Jeffrey.